What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another edition of BKNY Hoops. If you're new to the channel, I'm your host, as always, Rashid White. And if you're actually new, consider subscribing to the channel and also sharing the stream. All right, let's get into it, man. You guys see the title, you see the thumbnail there. The Brooklyn Nets, Ben Simmons, and Cam Thomas get some horrible grades. Actually, no, it wasn't bad. I think they got, I think, some D's and C's or something like that. But I think F's, especially on Ben Simmons, man. I don't know what the hell is going on with Ben Simmons, man. He looks disinterested. I don't want to say he's hurt because you see him with that cut and he slammed. He had a dunk in traffic. So I don't think he's hurt. I don't think he really wants to be here. He looks disinterested. And I say, listen, man, try to get this guy off the team as soon as possible. Because listen, I get it, the Nets are actually trying to tank, man, but maybe he's actually following the script. Who knows, right? And then Cam Thomas, we've seen what type of game he had. Let's get into these box scores, not the box scores, the actual game grades. And hold on. I think I already have it up already. Yeah. Let's see here. Hold on. Let me get it. Hold on. Let me get this. Here we go. Okay, hold on, right here. Now, you look at this team. Now, this team should have actually really won this game, man. No Joel Embiid, no Paul George, right? This is the actual game to actually take. They didn't really put a bigger physical guy on Ben Simmons. Like, where's the pride in Ben Simmons, man? I mean, how much did Tyrese Maxey had? I mean, you let Tyrese Maxey and this other dude, Jared McCain, I think, drop 30 on you, man. And your response is 2 points. I just don't. I mean, damn that. I couldn't let that happen, man. I just don't think Ben Simmons really has it anymore. I don't know. I think he's actually mentally fried. But let's get into Ben Simmons and his grade. They give him a D. I don't know how, because like really this should be more like an F. It says Simmons gets booed when he was introduced into the starting lineup when he touched the ball. And the only time he didn't get booed is when he missed a shot, when the crowd cheered for it. It's nothing new to see for Ben Simmons not to be aggressive on the offensive end or turn up some greasy opportunities to score. But some of the plays that he made this game, notably his turnovers, came from just him being too passive. Yeah, man, it's easy to actually, steal the ball from Ben Simmons now if you're not going to be offensive minded, right? You in order to be really like a great passer, you actually have to be able to have you have to be somewhat of a scoring threat, man. If you're not a scoring threat, I mean, it's just really kind of easy to play the passing lanes and just like kind of like pick your passes off. You try to thread the needle. I think it was to like DFS or something like that. It was just a stupid pass. And if he can actually shoot, I mean, he would definitely have more of the actual spacing to actually really kind of pull that pass off, man. Now Ben gets some of those through, but I mean, listen, now it's like, hey, if he's not going to score, and they're actually anticipating him to pass, then yeah, fine. And Elam, you're right, man. Ben was actually horrible tonight, man. And Cam Thomas, man, and this is why Sean Marks, kind of threw the field out there for Cam Thomas. Like, he struggles with the actual physicality, use and speed. So again, like when we talk about basketball, we have to match up to physicality, right? You have a prime Shaquille O'Neal, and one of the reasons why he was just so dominant, right? Back in the days, you had nobody to match up to him, like especially when the Nets played him. Like Jason Collins is not cutting it. You need to get somebody with physical strength that can actually match him. You know, um, it's the same thing over here. Like Cam Thomas, the speed, athleticism. I mean, decision making. I mean, he reverted back to that old Cam Thomas that we actually seen. Um, um, Not the last season, but I would say the season before that. I mean, he was holding on to the basketball, trying to split defenders, wouldn't make the right pass. And the one bright spot is Cam Johnson, man. So it says he found his groove, but aside from that, he had trouble dealing with Philadelphia's traps on the perimeters. And listen, if you're getting double team, Cam Thomas, somebody's wide open. Pass the ball. Pass the ball. Pass the ball. Um, so it's the way that opposing teams have been dealing with Thomas since last season has been to send two players his way and make him beat the double teams or pass the ball, and he struggles doing either one. However, Thomas did a good job of passing the ball in general, and the way that he created his own shot is still incredible. I mean, well, did it actually really lead to any kind of W's or anything like that, man? I mean, that's really the only thing that really matters right there, man. Let's look at the box scores. Zaire Williams. This team needs a real overhaul, man. It's not, there's nobody on this team that's not. The only one I would keep right now is Cam Johnson. And he played great. I mean, all of the actual things that you seen last season. It seemed like he was listening to the show. Like, he's putting the ball on the floor. He's not taking contested 3-point shots. Tyrese Maxey, 26 points. I should have put on the thumbnail, man. Half a star versus a star. Yeah, let me get the link for you guys in here, man. Where's Ellum at? Ellum, get on up in here, man. You could hack Shaq though, but again, he was just so dominant though, man. He's just so physically imposing. There was nothing you really can actually do against him. You need like a big physical guy to match up to him. It's the same thing over here, man. We need speed and athleticism. And I'm not saying Keon Johnson type. We need also some players with good basketball IQ. I mean, y'all see the difference between Philadelphia, man. The length really bothered Cam Thomas. We've seen Tyrese Maxey over here is it's plus 19, 26 points, um, 9 rebounds, right? No, I don't think that's Oubre. 4 rebounds, 5 assists, plus 19. I mean, Ben Simmons, what's it, Tyrese Maxey, how much does he weigh? 200 pounds, right? And I think hopefully Dayron gets back pretty soon, right? Maybe he can set some screens for Ben and see if they can actually get easier matchups for him. Because right now they got him. I mean, there's no Embiid on this, man. You got to really win these matchups, man. They got Caleb Martin here. He's about 200 something pounds, 205. I mean, Ben Simmons should have thrived in this. Thrived in this, man. Um, Maybe Andre Drummond gives him some resistance, but even yesterday what he did to Cam Thomas I think it was in the third quarter, he was able to pressure Cam Thomas, and Cam Thomas couldn't get by him. Um, yeah, Ellen, what's going on, man?
Yeah. Um, I'm not
So
even gonna lie.
Cam Thomas performance and Ben Simmons performance. It's both of them. It's not just Ben. Cam Thomas too.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but listen, Cam. If anyone's allowed to have bad games, I feel like it's Cam. At this point, uh, it is what it is. He's carried the team for most of the offense since this season. Like I think he's gonna have bad games, and this is growing. This is growing pains for him. I mean, I'd rather him deal with this now, so that later on down the line, he's way more better at getting the pass out, getting off the blitzes. You know what I'm saying? So this is learning steps. This is growing steps for him. You got to throw him in the fire, man. I mean, if you want him to get better at this stuff, you got to throw him in the fire. So I'm not exactly mad at it. He's gonna have a chance to grow. But Ben, man, I don't know at this point. Like he has such an advantage on the matchups, and he doesn't take it. I mean, at this point, 2 points. Like they had no Embiid tonight. You got Maxi on you. You got Keon Martin on you. You got McCain on you at some point. Like you just got to take advantage. You're probably the biggest person on the court. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like it's just I don't know, man. I don't know what's up with Ben. Cam Johnson is definitely the MVP of tonight, but yeah, I just it's just I mean it's a loss. I know we're trying to tank anyway, so I don't really care. But at the same time, if you are going to win games, you have to be able to close out. Um,
But see, Cam
yeah.
Thomas and Ben Simmons right now are fighting for their NBA lives, man. You know,
I mean, not necessarily more so Ben Simmons than Cam Thomas. I think he has a little bit of leeway just because of where he is. He's young. He's only 23. But Ben, man, if he keeps playing like this, I don't know another team that's going to offer him a contract.
I agree.
But
I agree 1,000%, man. And yeah. No, I defended Ben Simmons, man. I can't defend this anymore. That's it. I'm done. I can't defend this. I can't. 2 points. I can't. I can't defend it anymore.
it was just horrible to watch tonight. Like the hook shot he did, it didn't even hit the rim at one point.
I don't know if he
Like
lost the
he
ball. I said, what the hell is he doing?
Yeah, then he made a pass. I think it was to Dennis on the fast break, but it ended up going out of bounds. Like I don't know. Like I don't know what to expect from Ben at this point.
LM,
Like
did you
no, go ahead, John.
LM, you saw that missed dunk from Ben. You saw that missed dunk from Ben Simmons. There was
Yeah,
nobody
yeah.
guarding him. The ball's supposed to be dunked in the hoop, and he hits the rim. The rim blocked Ben Simmons, guys. This is something that NBA 2K
He lost
can
his
do, man. And
athleticism,
Ben Simmons
man.
is doing some weird
I don't
things.
know what to tell
No,
anybody. He
I
just
mean
lost his
he had
athleticism.
in that 10-point game he had. I mean, he came across the lane and dunked it. I don't know, man. I don't think
BK, a few of those shots the other night from Ben Simmons, he was using his fist to like, I don't know, whack the balls in the hoop. He wasn't just like scoring like his usual Ben Simmons self. He was actually trying to do different things. But
I think that
tonight,
he's
man,
still me.
it's
He
you
has
can't give Ben Simmons any excuse. You're making 40 million. I expect you to just make a dunk. You don't have to do it super hard. Just get it in the hoop, and that's the wild thing. And he missed
Yeah,
that.
him being the biggest guy on the court tonight, like you got to take advantage. Uh,
Yeah.
I
And what was
mean,
with the
it
turnovers
Claxton.
tonight from Ben
Yeah,
Simmons? That was wild
the
too.
turnovers was bad. All I know is what I'm seeing is like BK was speaking on Drummond on Cam Thomas, but Drummond on Claxton tonight was just really
Yo,
hard to
listen, the
watch.
fact that Drummond was stopping Claxton and Claxton wasn't defending him much. I know Claxton's still dealing with the back thing, which he says he's going to be dealing with for a while, but still, you got to do some shot blocking there at least. You don't have to jump or anything, just get your arms up. But, I'm happy Claxton gave us 10 points tonight. I said, give me 10 points tonight. He gave us 12, but he's got to be more involved, though, a little bit more. It's just, we're not seeing enough from Claxton, but tonight, I'll give him some credit. But yeah, Drummond shouldn't have had his number the way he did. I give Clowney some props. He had some good moments tonight, a little bit.
Yeah, I don't think it was really like I said, we're trying to tank, so I'm not sitting here upset about a loss. Like at the end of the day, we are trying to tank to get these
Right.
draft picks. So I mean, it's a win-win situation, but at the same time, I just think it was a bad game, like just in general. And to be fair, we was up in the third quarter at one point, so it's not like we just threw in the towel. Like we was just
Now,
being
you know what's
competitive.
interesting, LM? We've been really bad in third quarters all season. It seems like we could hang in the first two quarters. But every time a third quarter goes around, the Nets just give like 20, 30 points. I wonder if that's strategy or they just run out of gas because their third quarter performances have just been really bad. I wonder if it's a timely thing or it's just their chemistry is not fully there in third quarters. That's been something I've been noticing too.
I just think Ben Cam cannot be sharing the court with Ben Simmons. Like as much as I thought that they could work because it happened last year,
Hmm.
I just think that it's at this point is moot. He's passing the Ben, and what can really Ben do with it if he's not at the rim?
Right.
It's just a he's just taking up space at this point.
we,
Like
we should play Claxton and Clowney together. Like some people said that I think Claxton and Clowney got a little run tonight, and they were like, "Why can't we see this more?" Because defensively, Claxton and Clowney do a better job together. They can rebound better. But Simmons, man, is just the one piece of this puzzle you don't want because it causes you to have to play Claxton off the bench. Clowney has to come off the bench, and Ben's starting for reasons I still don't want understand, man. The guy can't even
we
do the
talked
right
about this
things.
earlier, man. Claxton's a bench player, man. That's where he really
Yeah,
belongs.
I know, BK, but it's also like at the end of the day, Claxton right now is a part of this team until he is. And Simmons, I think we're all ready to just get off of that because Simmons can't even do fundamentals right anymore. Passing the ball is now become a chore for him and not even dunking a ball where there's nobody defending him. Like, I'm ready to get him off and see what Clown and Claxton can do in that front court for a bit before we even think about moving off of Claxton. It's just,
They're both
it's
listen.
tough
They're
when you
both
have to sacrifice.
offensively limited. They're both
Yeah,
offensively
but
limited and
yes, they
undersized.
are. They're both the new twins. That's what we call them. Ben and Clax are the new
Yeah,
twins. That's
Only one.
even
I
worse.
mean, one can shoot. That's the only thing. Is that one Clowney's a decent shooter. He's not a great shooter. I mean, if he can give me 36% from three, 37% from three, I mean, then you can justify leaving him on the floor. But he's undersized even at the four
Now,
position.
you know, it's kind of bad. Dennis Schroeder threw a really good lob to Clowney tonight, but that was just it one lob. Like I want Clowney to get 4 to 5 lobs a game. I think Ivan mentioned that you need to include Clowney and Claxton in the pick and rolls more. Clowney should be in the pick and rolls more. He could do more than just shoot a three. Like I want to see Clowney involved more in the offense, even more than Claxton, because Clowney has more of a window to get better offensively than Claxton. I just think the Nets aren't really utilizing their bigs that much on team style offense. You know. That's a problem.
So what about Zaire Williams, man? What did you like from him tonight? 2 points, man.
It wasn't Zaires' best night tonight. I'll give you that.
It
I
wasn't
think
his best night.
he's getting into some foul trouble lately, but I still believe he'll get better over time. He's had his moments, but he needs to be a little more disciplined on defense. Can't always be a bulldog every night because these refs are very picky, depending on a certain team you face off against. But he'll get
I
better.
mean, Clax gave us 8 rebounds, which not bad, but I mean, you still want to see
No.
more
At
out
least
of
he
him. He's
listen.
only
At
playing
least he
22
made his
minutes though,
season
so I mean,
average, right? He averages 11.8 points a game, so he got 12. That's all I ask from him, man. At least to get.
Well,
Same thing with Ben
but
Simmons.
he's
You
not
gotta
playing his regular minutes anyway because this is what
yeah.
22 tonight. Like usually he's around 29, 30. So I mean,
No, the funny thing is both Claxton and Ben were complaining about the roles being like, oh, it's an adjustment. Well, you guys can't play together. So this is kind of like what Jordy's trying to do to keep them apart, which I don't blame him for. But you're also sacrificing Clowney and Claxton playing together, which I didn't expect to happen by dividing Claxton and Ben. But unfortunately, you can't see Clowney and Claxton play a lot together. I think that's the thing I'm not happy about right now because I think defensively that's better, those two, than having Ben with Clowney or Claxton, you know? I just don't see those pairings working. You know, that's a problem.
unless one of them starts shooting,
Nah, stop,
which
bro. You must have just got on the show because I'm trashing on Ben, man. So no praise for Ben
unless
Simmons at
Claxton
all.
or Ben starts shooting,
Nah,
I don't think that
I
pairing's
mean,
gonna work.
Ben gotta go though, cause you
Yeah, we're
can't
ready.
Yeah.
We're
you
ready.
don't even want to take open dunks. At least Claxton would
AP,
take an
you saw that
open dunk.
missed dunk tonight. How does
Yes,
he miss?
yes.
How does the rim block Ben Simmons? I've never seen
Yeah,
this before.
you know, John, it's too many instances. It's like
Oh,
replays of Ben Simmons missing an open dunk or open
yes.
layup
Oh
this
my
whole
God.
season. And it's just like, what the hell is going on? Like, listen, at least we could get value if we trade Claxton. Like, Ben is
Yeah.
just like, I'm getting to the point where it's just like we just cut our losses and buy him out. And
What value? Only value you're getting for Claxton is a second round pick, man. That's
all right,
really
but you're
No,
it.
no
not
second
getting
round picks. What forgot
listen,
second round picks?
but you're not getting nothing for Ben Simmons though.
Yeah, we're
I,
not getting
I agree.
anything. Not even
Well,
getting a
I mean, a
quarter.
lot of second round picks wind up going into Europe, man, like the G League and
Ben
stuff.
is you gotta wait for Ben. He's not getting traded at the deadline. You have to wait until free agency hits to
You know when
really
they should
deal
start
with it.
thinking about buying out Ben after the 7-15 when all these contract players come available, we can trade these vets. That's when you can start thinking about okay, when's time to
Yeah,
get
I
Ben off this
think
team.
to be honest with
That's
you, I
what.
think they buy him out at the deadline so he could get on with a contender.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like just to try to at least save him to get his value up, like later on, whatever. Because I don't think the Nets gonna resign him. I
they,
don't think
they
that's gonna
should.
happen.
They should have, man, because everybody's saying that Ben is purposely tanking. No, he's just not playing well. Like you can't say that Ben purposely throwing away easy passes. Nah, man, that's just Ben being undisciplined. People cannot give him excuses that he's
And
purposely helping his
he took
tank.
a locker room leadership hit today where he blaming the other players about not being adjusted, and that's
Wow.
not a good look. The quote he had, and especially but y'all know what Jody said, talking about he need Ben Simmons to make this amount of shots and do this and do that, and he hasn't even reached the goals of the team. So it's a sad story for Ben Simmons, but it's time to move on.
So I mean, I saw Claxton in action tonight. Cam Thomas in action tonight. What do you guys think about that, man? He's a turnover machine
Yeah,
tonight.
turnover machine. Him and Dennis Schroeder, they had a
They
lot of
both had
turnover.
7.
I wonder if
Yeah,
Thomas's back was bothering tonight. Like, if
yeah. His
Thomas and
back was
Claxton aren't playing well,
his back
why are
was
they playing
bothering
tonight?
him.
Like, we're not trying to win anything. Just rest them. Like, I just think Jordy wants to win so badly that if you're not like you can't walk, you can play.
Yeah,
Like,
but
I don't know, man.
if they do rest John, then we gonna hear the fans complain they ain't tough enough. They don't fight through the
Yeah,
But
yeah,
pain.
not
They don't
only
sleep
that,
through the
yeah. We got to
pain.
block
but
out that
also
noise though,
we've
because you got
talked
to think about
about,
it. Thomas's long-term health is more important than one game. Like,
but
that's
we've
too
also talked
fundamental.
about though, like his, and I don't know if he's trying to go for most improved, but you know that that requires a certain amount of games played. So it might
Right,
be,
Yeah,
it
right.
could be that.
he's trying to prove himself too as well, and Schroeder as well trying to be a leader as far as leader of the team
So it
playing
looked
through
like
pain.
tonight. It looked like tonight. Cam Thomas is playing for a contract and not playing team basketball, man.
Nah, he was
No,
playing team basketball. He
Nah,
was just hurt.
nah,
What?
He
You
was just
crazy,
hurt.
man?
I'm
nah.
Cam
First
was
not
off, the
playing
guy
crazy.
that's
basketball.
supposed to be
Listen,
If
responsible
you
it
for
was
team basketball is your
first of
guy, Ben
all,
Simmons, and
there
he
was
didn't
listen,
one
do much
possession.
tonight.
There was
first
one.
of all, listen, how
No,
much
no. Ben
assist he had?
Simmons is too much team basketball, man. He
No,
needs to
it's not. No, Ben Simmons was not playing team basketball at all.
Yeah, he
If he
was. He couldn't
was,
even score. He couldn't even score
all
if
the
his
players that
teammates
passed
passes.
him, all the players that passed him or for open dunk, he didn't make it. That's not team
No, you know what
basketball.
was wild tonight? Every time Philly fans booed Ben, like I heard the boo, he just passed the ball. I'm like, guys, stop booing him. He's just gonna keep passing the ball. Like
I don't
literally, it's
like
wild.
to be honest with you, like he's mentally done. Like he's not even injured anymore. He just mentally done. Like, and it's kind of sad. Like I don't even take joy in it. I don't think it's funny. Like I just think it's sad at this point. Like it's just like even the Philly fans was feeling sorry for him.
First,
So
yeah, I agree with you, AP. And I honestly, I think this, like on this team right now, it's a rebuilding, tanking team. Ben's weaknesses get amplified even more. But on a contending team with actual shooters, his weaknesses will not be so amplified. Like I'd rather that work out for him than him keep doing this crap, man, because it is getting
yeah, for
embarrassing.
his mental health, I'd
Unfortunately,
rather that too. But as
yeah.
far as that goes, he gonna at least have to like attack the rim. Like when you got an open lane, dunk it. Like I mean, Claxton ain't shit, but I mean, at least if he got an open dunk, he gonna try to dunk it. Like,
Yeah. It's
and
it's just bad to watch Ben at this stage of his career, but unfortunately we can't let
it's
him go yet.
sad to be honest.
Unfortunately.
Like, I don't even know how BK could deal with this anymore. But you know, it's kind of crazy. It's just like,
Nah, but you know what though? We only have about a month and 2 months before the deadline, so I just can't wait till we're there, and then we could be done with Ben Simmons, man. Let him go play with some other team because it's just bad. Because like he's obviously not going to do these things anymore. He just wants to pass the ball. And here's another thing: when he finds people in the corners and the ball misses, he can rebound it, but he's just like, "Nah, I'm good." I'm not going to rebound it. Like,
yeah,
do you
and
see what
there's
happened today with
no,
Kelly Oubre? Easy rebound. He lets Oubre jump over him and dunk the ball. Like, how does that happen?
there's
You
no
just catch the
spacing. It's
rebound.
no spacing with Ben. His defender help off. They help off on other players. So it's just we don't have no spacing, man. We just need
Ben looks like
we
concrete
gotta have
on
a
the floor,
rebuild.
man. Ben looks like a concrete anchor on the floor, man. Like literally anybody just running by him. Drummond was guarding him tonight, and I'm like, Ben, you could just run right past Drummond, but it's like, nah, I can't. Like, wait, if you can't handle Drummond on offense,
No, no, no.
Ben's got
Actually,
problems.
Drummond,
Look,
you saw the third quarter where Drummond got switched on. Cam Thomas. No, Drummond got switched on to Cam Thomas. He was able to stay with him and force him.
nah, you can't stand. But my point is, his
I was
defender
shocked.
was
I was like, "What? He's able to stay with Cam Thomas?"
nah. Don't do that because first of all, the player that was playing Ben Simmons like could help off of Ben Simmons because Ben Simmons be running on offense. Like he do not want the ball on offense. He'll just try to stay in the dunker
The
spot.
problem
He's
with Ben,
aggressive.
the problem
Listen,
with Ben and Cam on the court is that when Cam is on the court, due to Ben being such a freaking offensive liability, you can throw blitzes in whatever at
Yeah,
Cam
you could
Thomas
you
because
can
Right,
track.
right,
Ben is just a liability. He can't
right.
do
That
all
anything.
right,
that is
so
just
are we gonna
3-on-5
are we gonna
basketball, which
blame?
you
Hold
don't
on, are we
want.
gonna blame Ben Simmons and Cam Thomas for their bad performances, or just Cam Johnson just had
No,
a? Wait, hold on, hold on.
it was a
Cam
bad team
Johnson just had a
performance.
crazy game, man.
Yes,
He had
Yo,
can
yo,
yes.
I don't know what Cam Johnson is
Your
drinking or
prediction
eating, but
on
him shooting
your
like Kevin Durant,
predictions
man, is
on
wild.
Cam Johnson is correct. But like I said, and I was saying earlier in the year, John, this is why you don't trade him right away because his value was up. Now his value
Mhm.
is good. This is why
Right,
you
but
trade
here's
him
the
late.
thing, though: just how many games you want to wait? Because Johnson's not going to be doing this every night, but he is building his profile
Nah, his
back
value.
up.
Listen,
Sure.
his value is up already and it's solidified. So we good. We don't have to worry about that. It was just we just had to see if he was healthy, and other teams wanted to see that too.
Yeah.
And he still
I
could do
tell
what
you,
he
I
do.
tell you this though: the 3-point shots look like Kevin Durant shots because he's making them from like 20, 30
Yeah,
feet. I'm like,
like
where was this Cam
yeah, he was on
Johnson
some.
3 years ago?
He was on his Devin Booker shit, and
Yo, for
I
reals.
kind of liked it. And BK was right about him being good. But as far as us keeping him, I don't think we're gonna keep him.
No,
Now we
I
might.
think we're in a great position to get off his contract. I think
Oh
a team
yeah,
will
yeah.
give up some decent value for him now because
We
they
could
need
get.
him.
It's to the point where I feel like we could trade him and Claxton for a couple of first round picks. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Because the Lakers are looking for a center, and we got Nicholas Claxton, and you got plays looking for us. 3 and D wings and shit, and you got Dorian Finney-Smith, and you got Cam Johnson.
I'll tell you this, AP Pacers should be looking for dough right now because they just lost again. The Pacers, man, are now in 11th place. Like I don't think anybody expected Tyrese Halliburton to have such a bad start to the year, but they don't have defense right now. Like you need
Yeah,
a
but I
dough
don't
on your
think
team.
the Pacers. I don't think they have cap space or assets to fucking trade for him. So I don't even know
I
about
think they
that.
got Obi Toppin and Jerice Walker, and I don't know what we would do with Obi Toppin, but Walker could fit the rebuild. I think you might flip Toppin if you traded dough to them. That could
Nah,
work
we
for us.
not. I see the Nets not adding on like other big salaries or
Mm,
I just feel like they just want draft picks, like you said earlier this year. They just want
mm.
like the draft picks
And
and
expiring
everything else.
salary
Yeah, and
too. Like
aspiring
they'll,
salaries.
yeah.
So
Lakers make sense, but they're just so shisty with whatever left of their picks, though, man. Like they want to give us D'Lo, but we can't take any picks back with them. Like no,
oh
no, no,
nah, they're gonna have to give us picks. And D'Lo's an aspiring contract, so it's a
right.
win-win anyway. Like I said, they either gonna want Cam. Well, I don't think even though I think we should trade Claxton, I don't think we are. But Cam Johnson and Dorian Finney-Smith and
Yeah.
Schroeder, that's gonna happen. And
Yeah, and
Schroeder
listen,
regressed.
we got to give the vets their credit because if we were losing so many games all off the bat, teams would be like, okay, we'll just give you whatever we want to give you for them. But now it's like we have
Mhm.
negotiating power now. So props to the vets because they're actually helping our future out even more now because we
Oh
could
yeah,
probably
most
get some decent
definitely,
picks
most
back now.
definitely. And this is why I was and I was trying to tell you earlier this year, like yo, we do not want to trade them right away because their value is low. Because I ain't gonna front. I thought Cam and BK was right. Cam Johnson did step his shit up, and he would make a good player if he had a team already. But he's not in our window as far as team building.
Right,
Wait,
right.
wait,
But you
wait.
just,
Hold on, AP man. You're not gonna get just like any old guy that. Hold on. I mean, you need veterans on the team in a rebuild, man. It's not you can't just have all rookies, man.
Yeah, but you maximize the value though. You don't
right.
like
I'm with AP on that one.
you got to sell. Like you don't wait till like he did with Joe Harris, so he has no value at all to sell off. So you do it. You do it strategically. Now,
Hold on, let me get to Gary over here. Gary, man, how do you like that?
Gary.
How do you like that Cam Johnson, man?
Cam Johnson cooking. Look, I give him his flowers. He's cooking today.
Yo,
You're a Cam fan now, Gary? You're
Yeah,
a
I'm a
Cam
huge
fan.
Cam Johnson. Cam Johnson, give him a max extension.
Whoa. Okay, Gary, get back to normal. Hey, Cam Johnson
wait.
now.
You still want to see Zaire Williams develop?
Oh, man. Yo, you're bad, BK, for that one.
Nah, BK be taking one
Where are
game
all
and just
these
be
teams
like,
Yo,
jumping?
seriously.
No,
What's his
BK,
choice out here?
I'll give Cam his flowers. Cam play well, really well. What are you, 37? Is that what it was?
Yep.
All right,
Yeah.
hit 9 threes, 8 threes. He was cooking, right?
Yep.
Where are all these teams that want to take on his salary?
Mm.
I would say the Sacramento Kings.
There's been talk.
Sacramento Kings.
Yeah.
We got the Denver Nuggets.
Yeah.
We got Who we got? Orlando Magic.
Orlando's like the perfect team for Cam Johnson. Magic just make too much sense for him right now.
Why is he still here then? Like, why hasn't he been traded? If all these teams
because Sean Marks has bad timing. That's what it is.
No, it's not. It's not that, John. You don't really see trades this early in the year.
I know. Not till December. I know, but it's like we're so ready.
If that's the case, then a lot of teams would be selling off right now. We would see trades right now. We don't see trades from no teams. So, that's why we see it. But like I said, he's increasing his value, Gary, and that's all we could. I know you don't like him, but if you want to sell high on him, we could do that. So
I get it. Like he's been in the league now, what, 6 years or so? 7 years?
8 years or something. I think it's 8. Right?
It's been a long time, right?
Well, he's 28. He's 28 now, so yeah.
His value is what it is, right? Like, I mean, there's a big enough sample size on him that him getting hot for a few games isn't really going to up his value, right? Like, owners and GMs have already decided what their take on him is, right?
The reason I say it's going to up his value because he was more injury prone last year, and we thought we had a net negative, and we had to spend a draft pick to get off his contract. But I think we could get two second rounds or a late first round from him.
I agree with you with that. We're no longer going to have to attach a pick to him to trade him, right? We're not going to have to do that, I don't think. So that he upped his value in that degree, right? But that contract is still, and it's not, it's $25 million. That's not a massive contract. It's still viewed as too much for him, right? Like that middle class in the NBA is dying. It's people like OG getting $40 million deals and guys like that. And then there's Tyus Jones who gets a vet minimum. Those $20 million contracts, those guys are shrinking. There's not a ton of players like that anymore. It's like one extreme or the other.
So you think we would get more for Dorian Finney-Smith than Cam Johnson?
His contract's easier to absorb. Yeah.
But Gary, Magic make a lot of sense. Think about it. Franz Wagner has stepped up tremendously in the absence of Apollo, but they're still missing that third scorer. If you get on Cam Johnson, you could play him with Franz the rest of the month, and then when Apollo comes back, you could play Johnson with either Franz or Apollo with him coming off the bench. That gives him that extra scoring. And if we think about Gary Harris, Cole Anthony, and the draft pick, we're doing the Magic a favor because those two other guys aren't really helping them in the long run, whereas Johnson makes the Magic a really good contender. I think that deal works.
I agree. And Orlando's probably interested in it, right? And they have a little bit of cap space, I think, right?
Right. So they do have a little,
Where's their offer for? Like, what are they going to offer for us?
Gary Harris, Cole Anthony, and some draft picks. I don't think we get Jet Howard.
They offer us. They got the Denver Nuggets first round draft pick from the Gordon trade, so we could get that.
They'll trade Denver's first round pick and Gary Harris Jr. That's what you get. I mean, look, if that's what we can get, that's what we can get. But that's not. Like, that's showing you what the league thinks of him. He's worth Gary Harris and a late
first round. Yeah, that's good enough. I mean, we need all the first rounds we could get.
Right. And that's a protected pick too, and that's a Nuggets pick, and the Nuggets aren't doing too hot, so that could be a valuable piece for us. And we get Cole Anthony too, who could be part of the rebuild, or he could be flipped down the line. So it's like we get moving pieces as well. It's not just get a draft pick and that's what we're getting for him,
I agree. Like there's trades out there that you. But what I'm saying is, if Bridges is worth 6 first rounders, and we consider him just a role player, Cam Johnson is worth Gary Harrison 1 first rounder. You know what I'm saying? Like that's a big difference between those.
Yeah, but the Knicks was desperate, and it was the Villanova connection that made us lucky. We was in the right place at the right time. And we got lucky, that's just what it was.
Fans admit now, a month into the season, that they got fleeced. Can they do that now?
I see.
Gary, they won't because they beat us. They beat the Wizards. They beat us twice. So they're right now. They beat the Suns without KD. So they can admit that to us, Gary. They won't admit it.
John, it's like in a fight in between Knicks fans. Some feel like they got fleeced, and some feel like it's enough value, and it's just all types.
Well, you know why they also did it too? Because Bridges' contract was, I think, at the best bargain contract in the league. Where Johnson, his contract is much higher, so you'd be lucky to get maybe 1 or 2 picks for him. Considering the Magic will be taking a hit.
They're gonna have to pay Bridges soon, though. They're gonna have to pay Bridges soon.
They will. Next year left on his deal. But,
But yeah, Gary, like if we can find a team that can take Johnson's contract to still get some type of draft capital, that's better for us because we still add to what we
I
got
mean, he
already.
only
So
has 3 years left, so
yeah,
Yeah, I just want
it'll
to ask
be
this
all
question, right? Like, let's say Milwaukee doesn't get any better. They kind of stay here, and that turns into like a 10th or a 12th pick overall in the draft. The guy that Nets draft with that pick in this draft will probably be better than Bridges. Just that one pick.
Oh yeah, yes.
But then we have 5 more.
Yes.
I
And
know.
that's why I said we fleeced and we fleeced them. And I tell Knicks fans that all the time, but they just count on them beating us. And I'm like, yeah, you supposed to beat us. Like we ain't shit. You know
Gary,
what I'm saying?
the fact we have 6 picks in one of the most historic drafts ever, I'm very happy about that. Considering
Yeah.
everything that went wrong for us, we're in a great power play position. So let's just keep building on that. Like if you can
And
get a first for
I said on
Johnson, you win.
your like I said on your in your chat, Gary, I said we still win if we lose. Like tonight, everybody a little upset. I'm like, we still win. Like we get lower, other teams got
Yeah.
higher.
First off, Philly should not be this bottom of the team, and we do not want them to get a Cooper ace, especially given the fact they already have George, Embiid, and Maxey. That'd just be overkill. So they got to start winning games. So if we're that bench post to get them winning games, you're welcome. We've got a top draft pick to get. You know.
If we want to keep losing games, we should play Ben Simmons more because.
No, I'm ready. Gary, give me honest thoughts about that type. So I know you got some honest thoughts. Like, are you done with this? Because the guy missed one of the easiest dunks you can make in basketball. What are your thoughts on that?
He's not an NBA player anymore. Like he's not.
I think he is, but his mental is not an NBA player. He don't have the mental.
But like that's part of it.
Like I don't like it's sad to be honest, Gary. I know people like joke on him and shit, but I don't, it's kind of very sad.
No, it's just wild how he can have one game where he has 10 assists and it looks like he's involved. The next game where the team is missing players, he looks like I don't want to be here. It's just Ben Simmons such a con job, man. Like he plays bad when you expect him to play good, and he plays horrible when you want him to play good. It's like he never gives you consistency. That's always been Ben's biggest problem in his career. He never.
I feel like he's not going to shoot anyway. So if he do get bought out, just go to like the Warriors or something. Go to a team that's just going to shoot, and you just could sit back and pass. If that's the case, But he still have to drive to the rim, and it seems like he's scared. And I'm not understanding. Like I thought he's healthy this season. I thought like at least he will be like aggressive towards the rim, but not at all.
Nah,
how much of this do you think is mental, and how much do you think this is just physical decline?
Mental, 100% mental. I just think he's really, and I said this in the beginning, he's really mentally fucked up. He's not even injured no more. He's just mentally gone.
You know what it is, though? In that one game against the Pelicans, he looked really bad dribbling the ball. Like, anytime he bent down, it's like, I can't do this. Because they were getting steals against Ben. I'm just like, okay, this guy's not fully healthy. Then this game, he looks like he didn't want to use his full body to do that dunk, man. If you can't trust your body, you shouldn't be playing on the court, man.
But
because
John,
that dunk should have been made.
That plays to his mental. He act like he hurt. And sometimes when he want to get out the game, he foul a lot to try to get fouled out so he don't have to play no more.
Now, you know what it was about the dunk? He used his arms only. He wasn't using his lower body. And I'm like, you're just using your arms. It's like, damn, dude, like you really can't just make that dunk with your arms even? It's just not a good look on him, man. It really isn't.
I mean, he's not even the layup he can't even make, which is crazy. Then it's just like,
oh, yeah, that's what the fourth quarter, right?
Hold on, chill out. Roller Coaster said Cam Johnson's a keeper. Definitely, man. Definitely. Because
we don't. BK, he's 28. We got to get off him.
No, he's not 35. He's 28.
No, all right, but
BK, he's got a beard right now. He's 2 years away from wearing glasses, man. What are you talking about?
BK, we do this in boxing all the time. When the guy's had 100 wars and he's 29, it's like he's 29, but he's gunshot already. Like that's not a typical.
Cam Johnson.
That was a good analogy, Gary.
Cam Johnson didn't have that kind of usage, though, man. It's not like
he had like.
No, he didn't.
Well, I mean, not usage, but he been injured a lot, and this year he's not injured, so we should get off him while we can.
Healthy. You never know; he could have changed his diet.
All right, but look what happened to Joe Harris when we didn't get off of him in time. He ended up being a net negative. We had to spend a second round pick to get off of him.
Same thing with Patty Mills, and then we just let Seth Curry go. Like that was
I mean, like we should like maximize our assets. Now I don't even know what we would get for him, but I feel like we should though.
I think, listen, man, you have the draft coming this year, right? Next year, 26, and you have the cap space to go out there and sign a good I don't know if it's like, let me see. I don't know. Who can you actually get? Maybe a Nas Reed or something like that. But
No, Nas Reed he's
Nah,
gonna resign.
Timberwolves can't afford to lose Nas Reed, man. I mean, Anthony Edwards looks fed up with Rudy, man.
Julius
Can't lose
Randle.
Nas.
You got some veterans that can actually.
We
No, listen,
could have
Julius
got Nas
Randle.
Reed, but
Yeah, we
Jordan
could have.
Randle come.
Once upon a
Dorian
time.
Finney-Smith and Spencer Dinwiddie instead. So.
Julius
Yeah.
Randle comes off the books, so they can resign Nas Reed. That's why they made the trade eventually, anyway. So good for them. Unless we want Julius Randle, which I know we don't. But
you know what I heard today? Dante DiVincenzo wants to trade from the Timberwolves. Apparently, doesn't want to play off the bench.
No, he don't.
Man.
He don't want to trade. They want to trade him because it's just like he got a good contract. He signed a team friendly deal, and like I said, the Timberwolves is just spending their assets for Cat. They didn't really get much for Cat, I felt like, but they could still get more assets for the players they got. Who knows? They might end up trading Julius Randle later on in the season. So, you never know.
Nah, I'm just glad the Clippers are starting to win, man. We cannot have OKC get a top lottery pick, man. Clippers are actually starting to win games. Thank gosh. I was getting worried about them.
I think I forgot the clip. I mean, they got somebody picked where they could get I forgot who picked they got too. They got mad picks this year if they fall. I forgot what other team that they fall flat, but they got a lot of picks. I mean, we good. I don't want the Bucks to be that bad where they could get because it's top 4 protected and they might go to the Pelicans. So we need a lot of teams ahead of them. So that's good.
AP, you heard about Zion, man? Apparently he's getting injections in his hamstring. That's scary.
Yeah, I was telling y'all, and y'all was talking about
the Pelicans going to tank or the Pelicans, because we could trade Cam to the Pelicans. But not
they're not. They too far gone, man. They like in the middle of the road, because I ain't gonna front. Like like I said, I don't know who they don't want to trade. They don't have enough assets to trade players for us. Like, who are they going to trade? Brandon Ingram?
They have a lot of good contracts, though. They have a lot of good contracts.
You have to find a third team to do business with Brooklyn and the Pelicans. Like, who would that third team be? Would it be a team like Detroit, the Lakers? Like, you got to find a third team, because we don't want to take back Ingram in this scenario, unfortunately. Because he doesn't
speak for yourself, Jonathan. Yeah, we want to bring.
Yeah, you got to speak for your. First of all, I don't want to. We don't have to give up assets for Ingram because we could get him in a free agency. But Ingram is a nice piece anyway. So
now the thing is, right? What was it? Now, if the rebuild was going to take like 10 years, AP, then I would say, you know what? Yeah, get rid of Cam Johnson. But this could be, depending on how the draft status actually goes, could be a quick rebuild along with the cap space.
But keeping Johnson, though, how does that help us speed things up?
Come on, BK. You can't. We could get. Listen, we got 6 draft picks this upcoming draft. We could get a wing that could shoot threes. Like that's easy replaceable. And plus, we could get 2 assets. Or
I gotta tease Gary for a second, man. How that Jalen Wilson do, man? You sure you want to see him develop?
Because he had a bad game.
No, Wilson was good tonight. He had 6 rebounds. That's more rebounds than
he ain't dropped no 37 piece.
37. He's a role guy. He could give you a good 20 if he's playing really well.
He's Cam Johnson's a role guy too.
Ben Simmons
Cam Johnson
a 30 balls than Cam Johnson.
Wait, what?
Yep.
That's just wild, man.
But this is why Cam Johnson is so valuable, right? I mean, he's doing this as a role player, man. Imagine if you get like an Ace Bailey, a Cooper Flag, or AJ DeBonster.
No, he's not actually playing a role player right now. He's a second option right now.
Yeah,
he's a starter.
Listen.
No, he's not. He's getting actions run for him. He's not being a role player.
Do you ever see Cam Johnson making an all-star team?
Of course not.
BK, your scenario with Johnson only works if we drafted Harper's a point guard. Johnson works well with a guy who can get him open shots. But if you get Asa Cooper, I don't see how that works with Johnson, unfortunately. I think you'd rather trade Johnson in that scenario
Why?
because you get Anderson Cooper.
Cooper Flag can play make, right?
Yeah,
Ace Bailey
but
can
you
play make.
want it to work more with Thomas than Johnson, though, if we're talking rebuild.
Nah,
Right
you
now.
don't. First of
Thomas.
all, you want to get off
Just
of
see, wait,
Johnson's contract.
what
When they
Thomas
have
you
the
talking
books
about?
clear.
Cam Thomas, like, the good thing about Cooper being with Thomas is Cooper does the
John
defensive stuff
Marks
that
doesn't
Thomas
want
can't
him,
do.
man. Like, that guy's
I
got
mean, that's
I know
not. To be
we're
honest
gonna
with
talk about
you,
that, but that's
no,
speculation
we
right
could
now.
talk about that right now.
Otherwise,
That's just speculations. First of all, the owner likes Cam Thomas, the owner. So if the owner likes him, he ain't going nowhere basically. Now you gotta have a better explanation if you're gonna trade him for something. It
well,
has to be value.
Gary's got an idea. Gary, tell AP about the thing you told me about with KD's the one who chose Thomas over Marks. Bring that up a little bit.
Yeah,
Sean Marks wanted to trade the pick.
Mm.
yeah,
KD made him draft Cam Thomas. KD was the one that wanted Cam Thomas. Marks wanted to trade the pick.
I
So
know.
I mean, look, they made the pick, so you give him the credit, but he didn't want to make the pick. He wanted to trade. KD
Of course.
wanted the team, and KD wanted
You
Cam
know,
Thomas.
something else, Gary. He traded Larry Sherman. We could have had what's
Tyrese
the guy
Maxey.
from Tyrese Maxey?
My
Yep.
God, we really boxed that one.
It's a lot of stuff Marks did that was stupid. But
Mhm.
I mean, to be honest with you,
So my point exactly, like Sean Marks does not want Cam Thomas, man. He doesn't
no.
want him.
No, I
All right,
agree.
but that's
he never
your.
did.
But he doesn't. It doesn't say he never wanted him in the beginning. But that doesn't mean he don't want him now. Like, I mean, things change.
Marks had ego
I
problem.
gave you all I gave you the reasons. I have my general manager's cap on, not my
Yeah,
fan.
but like I said, since the owner won him, he has no choice but to deal with him. Now, building around Cam Thomas, I give you that. That's not what we're gonna do. Like,
Why not?
now,
Why give me what's your logic for
because he's a third piece. He's a second piece, or a second B piece to a winning team or a championship team. So we're not gonna just build around him. Like,
I don't know.
All of the critiques y'all have on Cam Thomas 3-4 years ago, we heard the same things about Jalen Brunson. He's not a number one. He's a second or a third option. He's too small. He's too slow. He's not really a one. He can't handle the point. All these things. I'm not saying Cam Thomas is going to be Jalen Brunson. I'm just saying when the Knicks gave Brunson that contract, everyone was like, wow, that's way too much money for Brunson. And then 2 years later, it was the best contract in basketball.
Yep. Yes, indeed. And second of all, and Thomas made progression more than Claxton did. Claxton had way more opportunities to
right. I'll give you that. Thomas has fit Jordy's system way more than Claxton has so far.
Like Thomas been shitted on by multiple coaches. Like he had to go through a rough
Why are you losing
patch.
patience with Claxton for? How come?
Because there's
I am too. I ain't gonna lie.
Why can't he get like a one-handed push shot like Hartenstein did? If he could hit
you know what he did? Wait, Gary, you know what he did? So he actually did a bunny shot tonight, like a forward bunny shot. That was interesting. Can he do more of that? That was good.
He'll do it again 2 weeks from now. You know what I'm saying?
I'm more impatient with Claxton because I thought he was gonna be like he could be a superstar if he really work on his game.
Man, I heard saying Breezy. Oh, DHOs and dribble.
If he can hit a 15-foot jump shot, he could be an all-star. Like he's good. He's got a ton of talent, and that's why everybody liked him.
I tell you this, I want to know how he hurt his back because I'm surprised that they waited this long to tell us about this back.
He hurt his back. He hurt his back in training camp. And like I said, and most of the I don't know if y'all noticed.
The contract was too heavy. He hurt his
back. No, but that's the thing though. He didn't gain a lot of weight. He only does like Zumba stuff. He doesn't do
you know what it is, John. Most of the players got injured because Jody had a hard camp. He was running them through the mud. Like,
that's a good point.
So most of the players got injured, and he got injured too. Like,
yo, he said Claxton, time to lift some weights.
Yo, listen, even Sharp had a hamstring and he's still out. That's
a good point. AP bring up some good points here. Jordy ran one. I think even Truder said.
It was like a military camp, and I like that. He made them go hard,
But the only thing they got hurt is because we had the bad coaches and Jock and Steve Nash who never did training practice. Like remember KD said, I want an actual training camp.
Yeah, we don't practice enough. But like I said, Jody. came in with a system. I seen us running stuff. I mean, we not like I said, we got the perimeter. We just don't have the engine. Like we have the. But like I said, we good. I think, like I said, good loss. Even though some people are mad. I was mad for the beginning, but then I thought about it. I'm like, we got our own pick. We good. Like we win-win. It's always a win-win. So
Yeah, if
no,
we
I'm not
win, we
really mad.
win. If we lose, we still win. It's like the Raging
Yeah.
Bull. You can't lose. Yeah.
And I'm mad at Ben Simmons, but if he's gonna help us keep the tank going, then cool. I'm fine with him. Like, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day. Now, I'm just a little upset that he might be done out the league. Like, I don't even think he could survive. Like, he's on the thread right now. And,
Nah, Henry Claxton, right now, the way both of those guys play are backups right now, man. That's just it.
Nah, but Ben Simmons is not a back. Hold on, Ben Simmons is not a backup though.
The way
I
he's
don't even
playing
know
right
when.
now, I agree with you. Listen, I agree, AP, but right now, the way he's playing like a backup point guard.
No,
Ben
Ben Simmons is like a full string player right now. That's how he's playing.
But AP Ben has played a lot more with a lot more gas in the tank as a backup than as a starter. The starter looks like he's a quicksand, man. Like he's just an anchor dragging himself to the court. But off the bench, if you have shooters around Ben Simmons coming off the bench, you get the best parts of Ben Simmons. But unfortunately, Jordy keeps rotating Ben Claxton in the starting bench, and I think that's a problem that you have to eventually sort out. Like who's starting?
Yeah, but I mean, Ben should be used to that by now. I just feel like ever since Jordy said. And I feel like this, in my opinion, ever since Jody said he need Ben to take more shots, he just been going downhill ever since.
Right, because he don't want constructive criticism. That's the thing about Ben Simmons. You tell him to do something he can work on. He's like, oh, now you guys hate me. And it gets all in his head. I was like, dude, just take 10 shots. You don't got to make them. Just take them. Like, that's it.
But ever since he said that, it's just been like, what the hell is going on with Ben Simmons? Like, it's just like.
And then he says, I'm adjusting. Imagine a guy who's been in the league for 8 years saying, I'm adjusting. Like, come on. Like Jordy's not asking you to, do rocket science here. Just take 10 shot attempts, find your opportunities. Like at the beginning of this game tonight, he did a fadeaway jumper that almost went in the hoop. I'm like, Ben, if you do shots like that, they're probably going to go in the hoop. But he stopped doing it after that. That's what he always does.
I don't know. Like I said, Ben is not injured. I just think his brain is injured. And I feel like, I don't know. Like, only BK can explain to me because you say he's not injured this year, and I know you saying it's not his mental. So what is it then?
I don't know, man. It could be his mental. Maybe like he doesn't fully. He wants to make sure that that back is 100%, pain free. If he falls on it or. And he's good. I mean, judging by what I read in terms of like the effects of that type of injury is, I mean, you wouldn't want to wish that pain on your worst enemy, But
I think if he was in pain, he wouldn't be playing.
Nah, I'll tell you this though. How did Ben Simmons get through Jordy's ruthless training camp?
But he's fighting, but like you said before the season started, he's fighting for his NBA life right now.
Yeah,
and he's not even.
Man, he is. He's
but you remember this summer they were bragging, saying that Ben was the best player in training camp, and I'm like, look at this team. If Ben can't be better than the guys in this team, he shouldn't be in the league. Everybody's saying, this is the new Ben Simmons. We're getting the old Ben Simmons.
I didn't think so, but I guess the team was giving him confidence. And like I said,
this is the new Ben Simmons, man. He's not really, shooting like that or anything like that.
Nah,
this has been the Ben Simmons we've been telling you about for a year now, BK. But I'm glad you're seeing it.
But that's why I'm scared for him, because even if he go to different team, because like John brought up constructive criticism, like. If another player yell at him and tell him to do something, he might like go back in his shell again.
You got to put him on a team with a lot of scores. Like you look at a team like the Warriors, you still got Curry. If Ben can just pass him the ball, he'll get you like easy 30.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if Draymond Green yell at him, he might be done.
Oh, that's true point. Maybe the Timberwolves too. Like imagine Ben on a team with the Timberwolves giving
but Anthony Edwards, Edwards might yell at him. So it's just like. And you got Julius Randle too, so you might get players frustrated with him. That's what I'm saying. Like, what? Unless you want Ben to go to a fucking a super tanking team, it's just like, what else he's gonna do? Like, I don't know.
Send him home. Buy him out or send him home. I don't even know if you can buy him out because there's no one else that's going to want to pick him up. So why would he take a pay cut? Like, why would he buy out for less money when no one else is going to give him a dime? Just send him home. Really, just
Yeah, and I think Harlem might be right. He might end up retiring. Like, he might retiring. No, I think so. I don't see any, like, because he's not even trying, which is crazy. It's just like it's sad. It's
It'd be
sad.
nice to have Amari Bailey up here. That'd be nice.
Now, the one thing that's just so upsetting
stop
is
bringing that dude up.
the rebounders.
Amari Bailey is too undersized for me. Like,
Yeah,
you like 6'1", you know what I'm saying? So
And he has
Right.
elbow
It's
guard.
fine, man. Like I'm done with the below the rim undersized players, man.
Amari
Unless they're
Bailey,
like Jalen Brunson, like they highly skilled. I mean,
Amari
and
Bailey
footwork,
is
insane
small,
footwork.
but he's not a below the rim player. He's a super athlete. Like, go watch him.
Hey, if we trade the vets, call up the whole Brooklyn G League, man. Let them take the minutes. Like, you know,
I
we're
see. I
trying
want
to
to
get
see
top pick.
I want to see the Asian dude. Well, he injured, but I
Why
want to see
nobody
him
pick
get
him
some
up
burn.
then, Gary?
What about
If
Jackie?
he's this good, why nobody
Yeah.
pick him up? Why is he just rotting away in the G League then?
Who, Bailey?
They said if he would have went back to UCLA last year, he would have been a lottery pick in this year's draft.
But he's in the he's in the G League though.
Do you think he'll spend the rest of his life in the G League, or do you think he'll get called up again at some point?
I mean, it's players that
when
end
you
up.
look at the draft though, that's coming out, man. I mean, the players are getting better. There's more and more guys coming in.
Yeah,
man.
but it's gonna be a lot of players retiring. It's always an in and out situation, turnover rate. So, I mean, it's gonna be room. It's gonna be room.
I just hope Sean Marks doesn't draft anybody with an injury history. Like the Derek Whitehead move totally backfired, man. Like we need guys that are going to be
Yeah.
available from the
Man,
jump.
that wasn't like a number 3, 4 pick. That was a
Nah,
Can I just
still
give
we
you
could
his
have.
stats real quick? I mean, he's averaging 17 points a game on 51% shooting and 56% 3-point shooting.
Who's that, Bailey?
Bailey, yeah.
Wow.
G League.
How's
I ain't
Killian
gonna-
doing?
Why nobody called him up then?
Because we have the
don't have
vets
a
on
spot,
the
because we
team.
got Ben Simmons on the roster.
No, I said a lot other teams.
Nah, no teams called up players yet. It's still early in the season, so
Yeah,
you might
well,
see that
The
mid-season.
Clippers
And
could
shit.
use a good point guard.
They got Harden
Harden's
and
still
Terrence
healthy.
Mann.
the only guy I'd give the Clippers is Doe right now. They need no defensive piece. Like if you want to give us
First of
Tucker to
all,
buy out some picks,
the Clippers don't have enough assets for us to even deal with them. So they out the pictures. They don't have nobody. And plus they over the cap, so they got to match salary for salary. They in the new CBA, so I don't, it got to be number by number. But like I said, Ace Bailey sounded good. I mean, I said, what you said? What's his name again?
Amari Bailey.
Amari Bailey that number is just eye popping right now. Like I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying?
How's Killian Hayes doing in the G League, Gary? I saw some good things in the beginning
He's
of
had
the
some
G
big
League season.
games. He's had some big games.
The Tank Commander. Let's get him up here.
Yeah, all right. I mean, I don't want him. Killian Hayes is a good story, but as far as we don't need that.
But AP, he's a good story. Help us get another top pick. Look what he did with Pistons getting Cade Cunningham. He's got a reputation.
We already doing that. Look. The Bucks passed us already. We game and a half behind the Raptors. We pretty near the bottom.
Yo, please let the Raptors keep
games.
winning games, man. Raptors cannot pair a lottery pick with Scotty Barnes, man. That would just be the envy,
His
man.
stats on Hayes aren't great. I mean, it's 13 points a game, 4 rebounds, 6.5 assists. That's okay. But then it's 44% shooting, 45% shooting, and then 21% from 3. They're not great.
Mm.
The 6.5 assists and 4 rebounds is pretty good, but he got 3 turnovers a game too.
What's Derek doing in the G League right now, Gary? I haven't heard much about him in the G League.
Let me see.
But is Whitehead is injured, right?
Oh, again?
No, I was asking. I don't even know if he's in the G League or not. I don't even know if he's playing.
Well, he's played all the games. 12 points. Oh wow. 12 points a game. That looked okay. 33, 29 shooting splits.
Wow.
Ooh. And that's a Whitehead?
The week Whitehead, yeah.
Oh my God. Like I said, I seen him in the summer league miss like 2 open layups, and I'm like, oh my god, like
Yo,
this
he looked
guy.
awkward. He looked like he had a cast on his leg when he was running the court this summer,
People
man.
was
That
talking
was
about give him time. He was injured. I'm like, nah, you don't miss no wide open layup like that, nigga. Like that's just bad. Like, but no, I don't. That's crazy. Oh man, Whitehead.
that ain't
Well,
good,
I
man.
mean, you don't hit on all picks, so it is what it is. I mean, Moss did a pretty good drafting job, but now he has to hit on these picks in order for us to turn our franchise around.
Facts. Guy
And I
had a
think
grand
his
slam.
job depends on that because he didn't get an extension yet. So we'll see.
I'm telling you, if we trade Claxton and get that common guy from Duke, man, that's a good improvement. That's a 7-2 guy. He could give you rebounding, shot block. We need traditional
We
big. I
don't,
know.
to be honest with you, we don't even need trade Claxton for that. We got 4 first round picks. So we can end up getting them anyway.
Well, if Common falls below the lottery, man, that'd be a shock. And if we have a lot of picks below the lottery, that could actually work in our advantage if he's not taken by anybody.
Yo, this draft, and I know y'all talking about the 26th draft, but this draft is going to be very interesting. Like, we have a lot of good players.
Right. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun for sure. It's just, the longer Marks keeps the vets, your opportunity window to get good value and position yourself gets worse. But like you said, we're in a good record position right now. So we just gotta keep this going, man, until Marks makes the moves.
Yeah, but like I was saying earlier, John, there's no moves are being made right now in the NBA. Like once again, near the deadline, teams gonna get desperate. They're gonna look at Cam Johnson resume, like, all right, he was doing this during this season. All right, he was hot. They're looking at it right now. You got GMs working every day. They
Now,
looking
I
at it.
hope Bogdanovich can play next month and just show what he can do. Because if you could trade Bogdanovich for anything, I'll take that as a win
Let's say
too.
we might end up buying him out or getting a second round pick, but he's not gonna be worth nothing. He ain't step on the court
Second round
yet.
pick is good because he still brings you value as a veteran leader. If he could give you like 15
Yeah,
points a
but
game, that
it's
still
gonna
works.
be John. It's gonna be like a protected second round pick. It's not gonna be like something we're gonna see. You know what I mean? We
Right,
might.
but if you could take something for him over anything, I'll take that because Ben, you can't get anything for him. So you get one thing for Bogdanovich, I'll take it, and his
He's
contract's off
on.
the
He's
books
on
too.
the He's on the final year of his contract, so I really don't give a damn what we get him. Like we could get off
Yeah.
him. He was just uh a salary cap stuffing for the trade. So,
Well,
like I
I'll
said,
tell you this: we're probably the best fire sale team in the league right now. So Sean Marks has more gimme opportunities to even make
oh
more
hell
assets
yeah!
for us.
Like I
Like
said,
if
like
Marks can't do this right, I don't want him touching any of our draft picks next year. So I
nah, I
hope he
think
does great.
listen, the Knicks trade bought him time. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
that's
I hear
good
that.
enough. I know Black Friday is next week, but we're gonna have a Black Friday sale. It's gonna be high sale. I think we're gonna get a lot of nice pieces. You're gonna see at the deadline, it's gonna be pandemonium. I think we're gonna have a good podcast when that come out too.
I can't wait for that one. That's going to be a lot of fun. There'll be multiple podcasts that day.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, man.
Man.
But like I said, it was a bad game, and we was winning, and we ended up losing, which is good.
And now we're playing it back to back on Sunday, Monday. Right? We're playing the Kings and the Warriors. Second half back to back. Let these
Oh,
young guys play
good,
30
good.
minutes, man. Like, don't play the
I mean,
vets back
the
to back
Kings,
30
the
minutes.
Kings seem ass, so we might end up winning that game. But if we lose both games, that's good for us, man. You know what I'm saying? And maybe we could show out some players, see how they look against good teams, like especially Cam Johnson. Get his value more up. I know y'all hate him, but that's
Well,
the
here's the interesting thing. Both the Kings and Warriors are interesting, Jonathan. So him having two great performances would go a long way, I think, towards his stock rising with those teams. They got to make moves too. So this could
yeah, but I
actually be
don't
a full
know. I don't
weekend
know
for
who
us.
the Warriors would give us. They depleted of assets,
Now,
so
you
I
know what
don't.
they would try to give us? They try to give us Andrew Wiggins and some of their 1 year salary guy
Yeah, but
deals. Definitely
Andrew
max
Wiggins
salary.
been playing decent this year, so I don't think they'd get off
Right,
on him that
right,
easy.
right.
You
That
know what
probably
I'm saying?
won't happen because they're playing so well. But if they were playing bad this season, I think that would have been on the table. But they also re-signed Moody, so that's another piece that the Nets could have got. But now he's on the contract, so they probably don't make sense. I think the Kings make sense because their record's been flimsy, and the 3-point shooting hasn't been that good this season. Johnson is one of the best 3-point shooters
Yeah,
in the
they
league right now.
need they
That could make
need
sense.
they like in the middle of the road, so they might end up going for a trade. The Pelicans is too far below, I feel. They won't even attempt it. They probably just want to tank now. And the Sixers, I don't even know. They don't got nothing to
Let me
trade.
bring Gary to this. Gary, who would you want to trade Cam Johnson to right now? Which team do you think has more necessity for him and would be more willing to kind of give the Nets something close to what they want right now?
I think it's such a perfect fit to send him to Orlando. Like,
Yes.
I think Philly too, but I don't know if it's like they can't be 3-12. Like if they can win a couple of games and decide that they want to, because like if you're Philly, you're thinking about breaking this up, right? Like that's on your mind. It has to be. So you're not going to buy Cam Johnson if you're going to break this up. But Philly, if they possibly Philly, but Orlando would be a good fit. I want to send them to Philly for a first round pick and Kenyon Martin Jr. Like that's what I would want to do.
I think though makes more sense for Philly right now because
I think Philly got to protect the Clippers pick, but that ain't gonna amount to much.
No, they got a lot of Clippers picks. They got that 2028 one I want. I think Doe makes more sense for Philly. But think about this: Caleb Martin's the current power forward. Out of all contending teams, Caleb Martin's the smallest power forward out of all those groups. So Doe is an instant height upgrade over Martin, and he could give you that defense next to Embiid and Maxey. I think him for KJ Martin and a Clippers pick makes a lot more sense than Johnson. And I'd trade Johnson
to be honest with you, I think the Clippers.
John. You get your GM cap back. That was good.
Yeah. Hey, wait, where'd you take it away from me, bro? Whoa, I gotta take it on that
one. Who were we on with the other day? Was it Dylan? I might have gave it to Dylan for the day, but you got it back.
Okay.
Woohoo! Cap back.
To be honest with you, I think Philly might build around Maxey and that guy that killed us today. That whoever that young dude
McCain.
is. McCain.
He's good, man. He's a rookie.
First of all, Embiid don't want to be there, so I don't. They might end up trading Paul and Embiid. So who knows?
You can still get something for Paul, and you're gonna get a haul for Embiid. Like you could trade them.
Now they could get like they could trade Paul for Wiggins because the Paul's gonna sign with the Warriors.
You know what, Gary? I don't know if any teams want to trade for Embiid right now because his knee looks shot. Apparently, still dealing with swelling.
It's teams that's gonna want to trade for him still.
Maybe the most skilled big man ever. Like someone's gonna trade a haul for him. Like
if they do, I understand it, but I think you regret it because if his knee ain't 100% healthy,
but
that's probably dead money.
I agree. They'll probably regret it, but there's 30 teams in the league, right?
Listen, I think if he get traded to the Spurs with Wemby as
that'd be nasty, man.
That's not a Popovich player though. Popovich's not trading for him.
Right.
Yeah, true. But I'm just saying,
can you imagine that?
Yeah, they would be killing. They would be killing everybody.
No, you know who Embiid said he wanted to play with? He wanted to play with Butler. Apparently, he wanted Butler over George. I'm hearing that's wild. Given their own
would have a package for him too. Let me look.
San Antonio should trade for
they got
Giannis.
A bunch of young players. Like if they could, Giannis. Yeah, they should.
Giannis and Wemby. That would be deadly.
They got 4 first-round picks in this draft too.
They got the Hawks picks. The Spurs got those Hawks picks. That's why
they
got Chicago's pick. That's protected 1 to 10. They got Charlotte's pick, which they probably won't get because that's 1 to 14 protected. Then they got their own and Atlanta's with no protection. They got 4 first-round picks too.
We should trade Cam Johnson to the Spurs right now for some of those picks.
Devin Vassell, Keldon Johnson, and a bunch of picks for Embiid.
Wow.
You're not going to do that, though.
All right, do I got to give you more? Like, we can figure this out. But, like, if I could put well, I mean, not Embiid, Freak. I give you that for Freak.
Yeah. That
put Freak and Wemby together.
But you know the thing about it, they're gonna wait till the all season to trade Giannis. They're not gonna do it mid-season, so it's gonna be
we'll do it in the offseason. That's fine. Like, San Antonio's got good young pieces where they can make it happen, and they got all that draft capital.
But Milwaukee might not do it because they can't get a superstar again unless they get one in the draft. So I don't know.
Gary, would you contemplate? I'll be right back because I got to do something. But fun discussion. Keep it up, all right? I'll be back a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't know who they're gonna get. I'm kind of a little bit perplexed right now. So there's a lot of good players. We got some coming.
I think Giannis is not going to be on Milwaukee next season, and I don't think Embiid's going to be on Philly next season. So that means both of those guys are going to get moved either during the season or in the offseason. Probably the offseason.
So you're saying it's going to be a blockbuster offseason?
I think
I
so.
can see that happening. I think it's going to be a lot of movement, especially I think the Warriors might throw their hat in the Giannis thing too. So you just got to be, leery of that. But who knows? We might end up making a big splash. I think we're going to get Brandon Ingram. I really believe that.
I would love to get Brandon Ingram. These guys don't like him. John, Harlem,
I know.
DJ, they didn't like him. I want Brandon Ingram.
Yeah, I feel like he will be a great piece to whatever we building. And if he can't fit, then we trade him.
Yeah.
So, that's what I think.
BK, can I ask you a question? Is BK here? BK's not here.
Yeah, I don't know if he.
All right, it disappeared.
He probably back doing something. Yo, BK. Wow, everybody disappeared,
Everybody
man.
gone. It's me and you.
I know he ain't sleeping right now. That's crazy.
Name the team giving the hole for Embiid at this point. That's a good question.
Yeah, that is a good
teams
question.
that would do it.
It got to be the West. It got to be the West. I would say, how about the Thunder?
I wouldn't do it if I were them. Like, they're too smart to do that. It's going to be a dumb team. It's going to be a stupid team.
But who? It's not a lot of dumb teams in the West, though, unless you're talking about the Rockets, but they're not getting off of Shangoon. So.
Could they put them together? I bet you they could. Sengun. Sengun would have. No, they got pieces. Like,
yeah, they got.
Rockets want to make us. Rockets could be one of them for sure.
Yeah, they wanted to make a splash for KD, but I don't even think KD is leaving. So they got our draft. Well, I mean, I said our. They got the Suns draft picks, and they got theirs. They got some of ours still. They're gonna make a run.
What about the Pelicans if they put BI and Zion in trade and brought back Embiid?
Nah, they gave their picks to the Hawks. Yeah, in that the Devontae Murray trade. So
yeah,
I don't unless they might go for it.
What if they sent Zion in a trade to Philly for Embiid?
Oh well, shit. Philly would have to. They would have to give up a lot of picks. I don't know. That don't sound like a good trade. I don't know if anybody would trade for Zion right now with that contract.
Philly will make dumb trades. They will.
Yeah, they will. But just looking at it, it's like, damn.
Detroit makes dumb trades. What if Detroit gave you Cade and Duran and then a bunch of picks?
Cunningham for who?
Embiid. So
they will want to pair both of them together.
Detroit's pretty dumb. They're a really dumb team.
They might trade Durant, that's center, and
Jalen Duran,
Jalen Duran and a couple of draft picks, and then you might get
you're gonna have to give him Jaden Ivey, and Jalen Duran, and then 2 first-round picks, something like that.
Nah, more than that. I would say like 4, probably 2 protected,
maybe
probably a pick swap. That's what I'm thinking of. So I don't know. I mean, that seems like. I mean, Detroit never made splashes like that, so I'm just guessing like what they would give up. But I don't know. I don't even if. Like I said, like you said, that's a dumb trade. But the Pistons is a dumb team, so
exactly.
I don't know. That's a horrible trade, like because the Pistons always gonna suck, even with Embiid. I don't even think Embiid has any value right now, to be honest.
I mean, it's still Embiid though. He's still like the most skilled big man to ever live. Like he's like someone would take him. Someone would give up a hole for him.
Yeah, but his injuries scare people away. It's just like he been injured coming into the league. Now he's injured like near the end. Like teams gonna he probably get a low ball offer. He probably get like 3 or 2 first round picks and a pick swap. I don't think. See, I'm thinking of Mikal Bridges type of haul, but we just got lucky, and that's that. I don't know. But who else might get moved besides Giannis? And you might well, D'Lo's gonna get moved, but it's probably gonna be for like picks. But I don't see no other superstar like leaving their destinations. Well, oh yeah, Damian Lillard, he might get moved. Who knows? I think the Lakers should go after him.
To be honest, they're gonna move Lillard. They're not gonna keep Lillard if they move Freak.
I think the Lakers should trade D'Lo and Rui for Lillard and protect the first round. I think that would be a good trade for them. I mean, I don't think Lillard is the same guy anymore, but it opens up. You have another superstar next to LeBron.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they want to start Reeves at point guard now. So I don't even know if they would do that anymore.
No, I mean that never made sense to me. Yeah, but like no matter what, LeBron is still a point guard on that team. You can call him whatever position you want. LeBron's the point guard.
Yeah, you're right. But I guess Lillard could play like off the ball too. So
this is what I'm saying. Like everyone says, Steph Curry is a point guard and LeBron James is a small forward. All right, picture this: LeBron James and Steph Curry are playing together. Who handles the ball and who plays off the ball?
Well, it's gonna be both, but I guess LeBron gonna handle the ball because Steph Curry.
Yeah,
Steph Curry, all you gotta do is run around, cut through screens.
LeBron's a point guard and Curry's a 2 guard, even though we don't call him that.
Yeah,
Curry's not a point guard; he's a 2 guard. Like I don't care what we call him a point guard, but he's a 2.
Well, I'll call him a combo guard. As far as his passing is underrated, but I feel like he could do damage either way, but more of a point. I mean, when he was at Davidson, he was a pretty good passer.
No, he can play the point, but his natural position is a 2 guard. He plays off the ball, like run around, coming off screens and stuff. He's at his best scoring wise off the ball.
Yeah, he is. He's pretty. That's his strength as far as that. But I just think he's more dynamic with the ball in his hand, as far as then running off, then getting the ball back, then shooting.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think it's like a little method to his madness when it comes to that. But I'd rather to be honest with you, like I think he's the best player in the league right now. I don't even think it's LeBron. I think it's Steph Curry,
I'm a huge Steph guy. Like,
yeah, I'm Steph all the way. I don't mean to sound biased, but LeBron is doing his thing for his age. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, at 40 years old. I mean, no one's ever at 40. Like, that's crazy.
But Anthony Davis is having a hell of a year. So I don't even know.
Lakers are doing good this year.
Well, they lost last night on they lost missing free throws, but I don't know. You think JJ Redick a good coach?
So far, so good. Like I wouldn't have picked them, not for a veteran team like that, but
yeah, I don't. It reminded me of Nash, so I don't even know. But he seemed like sharper than Nash. He seemed like he know what he's doing.
Yeah,
Nash just was like he had the lowest look on his face on the sideline and shit. So
Nash was a pussy. Like Nash was afraid to run the team. It is what it is. Like he was afraid to run the team. I got Kyrie, I got KD. I'll just let them run the team.
Yeah, he was though. He was the only person I would say right now. Well, he better than Darvin Ham as far as that. I think he's better than.
He take that team to the Western Conference Finals though. He did.
Yeah, you think he did, or it was the?
I mean, he was the coach of the team when they went. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I think Darvin Ham got fired for no reason. Like, because they lost to Denver. Yeah, Denver's better than them. Like, how are you gonna fault them for losing to Denver? Both
Yeah,
years.
I just think I just think they I just think they just ran out of gas and they stopped. I just think they lost the coach. The coach lost the team as far as listening to players. Because I think it's one time he started Chase on Prince over somebody and the team just stopped listening to him. So I just think it's more of that. Or and you got the superstars disrespecting the coach, so the rest of the players ain't gonna respect them.
Yeah.
And it just went downhill after that. So that's crazy.
Is it still just us? I gotta drop off in a minute. Is it just us up
Yeah,
here?
I'm about to say I got to go to work in a few hours and shit. And
Is
where's
B?
BK at?
I think he fell
Yo,
asleep.
you think so?
I
Who
don't know.
knows? He never did this before. That's weird. All right, so I guess I'm out. We out.
All right, man.
Good podcast. W stream. If you listen to BK, peace out.
Peace out, BK. I appreciate you having us on. I mean, I'll hang on for another minute or two if he pops back on, but I guess we're wrapping this up.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can hear him snoring. He's sleeping.
He's snoring. Oh shit, that's crazy. Oh man. He gonna wake up in the morning like, what the fuck? Oh shit. That's crazy. I guess
All
he
right,
sleep, man. All right,
yeah.
man. Good night, Gary. Good
Good one.
stream.
Oh. Yo, I actually I did fell asleep. Yo, I'm bugging out over here, man. I'm bugging out. I just woke up. I'm like, what the hell is going on, man? Man, what was you actually into, man? I only slept like 4 hours, man, on the 4 hours last night. Nah, I wasn't muted. What time is it? 2:31 in the morning? Damn, man. Let me see. Did I put the link in here? Anybody came on? I don't remember anything, man, right now. Oh yeah, these guys are actually on here. Yeah. Okay. All right, yeah. Let me. I'm gonna wrap this up over here, man. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, share the stream. When you share, the universe shares back with you. Peace.